The big news today is that the jury has begun its deliberations. They wrapped without coming to a verdict. That is unsurprising. AP has the story. Jurors in Trump hush money trial end first day of deliberations after asking to rehear testimony. And then they sent another note in asking for the judge's instructions again because no one knows what the crime is. Nobody understands what's going on. Now, here's the best part. Let's start from the beginning. Jonathan Turley posting this earlier in the morning. Mershon just delivered the coup de grace instruction. He said that there is no need to agree on what occurred. They can disagree on what the crime was among the three choices. Thus, this means that they could split 4-4-4 and he would still treat them as unanimous. Now, the other day in closing arguments, we heard this from the prosecution, and I knew the prosecution would do something like this. Like, hey, you all know that Trump's a criminal. Just convict him, say he committed a crime. And the prosecution actually presents this. The judge actually agrees. We have this from Mark Levin. The grotesque trial charade gets even worse this morning. The Stalinist clown judge directed the jury that they can choose among three areas of crimes to convict the former president. 1, violations of federal election law, which no one in the courtroom is familiar with, and the judge barred Brad Smith from testifying about. 2, falsification of business records. And 3, tax violations. Of course, the issue for all of the above is the requirement of criminal intent. Furthermore, the idea that jurors can pick one of the three and they don't have to unanimously agree on which of the three is another shocking development. Moreover, the federal campaign violation has still not been defined. Now, here's where it gets good. The corporate press, of course, is playing the game where they create their own conspiracy theory and then debunk it to trick people into not realizing what's going on. The AP says posts misrepresent New York judge's instructions to jury in Trump hush money trial, claiming that the claim is that the judge told the jury they don't need to have a unanimous verdict. No, nobody said that. We're talking about the underlying crime. That's what Jonathan Turley pointed out. That's what Mark Levin pointed out. Basically, everyone pointed out that what they're saying is, if the jury says, yeah, Trump falsified a record, what is the other crime he's covering up? The judge says, you pick. It's up to you, because there's never been one. Right. They don't have one. So if buried in this AP assessment, false. Mershon said that to convict Trump, the jury will have to find unanimously on each of the 34 felony counts. And then when you go down, they actually break down, well, not really. The judge told the jury to convict Trump on any given charge. To convict, they'll have to find unanimously. They all must agree the former president created a fraudulent entry in the company's records or caused someone else to do so. They say the crime Trump committed or hid is a violation of New York election law, making it illegal for 2 or more conspirators to promote or prevent the election of any person to a public office by unlawful means. Mershon gave the jurors 3 possible, quote, unlawful means, aka crimes, that they can apply to Trump's charges: falsifying other business records, breaking FEC law, or submitting false information in tax return. For conviction, each juror would have to find that at least one of those 3 things happened, but they don't have to agree unanimously on which it was. This whole time we've been wondering, what is the underlying crime? They took a misdemeanor beyond the statute of limitations and said, yes, but he was concealing another crime, therefore it's now a felony and we can charge him. And everyone said, what's the underlying crime? They went, oh. And the jury can figure it out if they want, but they don't got to be unanimous. This is a rigged trial from the judge. Welcome to 2024. I'm not convinced that I think there's a decent probability Trump gets convicted.